Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here with another Extravagant Few Minutes Live here on the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube and, of course, on our Facebook page, which is the Captain Lou Extravaganza. You can also follow us and watch us on X at The Real Captain Lou. Hey, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is the Captain Lou Sports Network. You can get all of our great programming, including these Extravagant Few Minutes episodes, live and archived, all of our great interviews on the Extravaganza with yours truly, and of course, my tag team partner, Mitch Bernstein, and the interviews in our shows on the ACHA Power Play. Season 10 is here, episode 3 coming up a week from Tuesday. So make sure you stick around for all of that. And this reminder as well, the Captain Lou's Extravagant Few Minutes, if you will, are brought to you by the official secondary market of the Captain Lou Sports Network, and that is SeatGeek. Use the promo code Captain Lou for $20 off of your purchase. It's that simple. That's SeatGeek, the official secondary market of the Captain Lou Sports Network. All right, well, the Tigers, let's start off with them. They got the split in Seattle. Not quite the way we thought they might get it, as they won the opening night 3-2 in 11 innings, a clutch hit by Zach McKinstry in the 11th after they were up 2-1 after a Carpenter carry bomb, if you will. Seattle tied it up. Rodriguez is he's a machine. He is on a roll. Detroit was able to stave him off and again get that run in the top of the 11th and then hold on in the bottom of the 11th with the top of the order. Montero getting the win. Vest getting the win. Montero getting the save. A great win for the Tigers. And then I know a lot of you, and I'm guilty of it too. I thought with Skubal on the mound, Detroit was probably going to come into Comerica Park tomorrow up 2-0, but Seattle had other ideas, and give them credit. They got the split. But now the series switches to Detroit for Game 3 and Game 4. It's going to be a fun time in the Motor City. With the split, Jack Flaherty gets the call tomorrow. They're going to flip-flop him with Casey Mize. He's going to go up against Logan Gilbert. Game 4 will be tomorrow. 4 o'clock, I believe, is first pitch at Comerica Park. Game 4 will be on Wednesday. And if necessary, it's back in Seattle for Game 5. I know if you're a Tigers fan, and I know if you're the Tigers, you sure want this one to stay in Detroit. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun matchup the next couple of days in Comerica Park. Detroit, a home game for the first time in 2.5 weeks. Absolutely incredible. So it's going to be a great scene in Detroit tomorrow. Game 4, series all tied up at 1, the Tigers and the Seattle Mariners. And again, the one thing that I think Detroit really needs, obviously they need some offense. The obvious thing is they need more than 3 runs a game. They could sure use a crooked number in 1 inning or 2 innings, more than 1 inning. That's all they've had throughout the playoffs. More than 2 runs in 1 inning would be great. Get a 3 spot or a 4 spot. They've lacked that. It's just, the hitting just hasn't been there. They've gotten the home run ball, but again, 3 runs is not going to win a whole lot of games. I know they've got some decent pitching, but boy, oh boy, it would be nice to get a little breathing room in Detroit tomorrow or Thursday or Wednesday rather, as games 3 and 4 head back to Comerica Park. The rest of the Major League Baseball playoffs, who on your bingo card had the Yankees giving up all those runs in Toronto? 23 or 24 runs in 2 games? They switched to tomorrow for Game 3 in Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. And is the Yankees series salvageable if you're a Yankees fan? It sure doesn't look like it. Everybody, including the odds makers, had the Yankees the overwhelming favorite to win that series. They said the pitching was better. They said the hitting was better. I'll tell you what, it's been the exact opposite. They ran into a buzzsaw in a Blue Jays team that is the best in the American League record-wise, and they're showing it right now. And they don't even have Bo Bichette in the lineup. I got to tell you, watch out for the Blue Jays. Obviously, they're sitting in the catbird seat right now. We'll see if the Yankees can do anything to turn that one around. Tonight, Monday, Milwaukee looking to take a 2-0 lead over the Cubs. Milwaukee bashed the Cubs at home in the opening game of that best-of-5 series. And again, a little chip on their shoulder are the Brewers. I call it the Craig Counsell series. After what he did, kind of carpet-bagged Milwaukee to go to Chicago. Don't you think for 1 minute that the Brewers and their fans and the players have forgotten about that. So a little added incentive. Game 2, though, tonight in Milwaukee for the Brewers and the Cubs. And a must-win in Philadelphia for the Phillies. The Dodgers with a comeback win in game one. Man, oh man, I know Mitch was hurting after this one to my tag team partner, as it looked like the Phillies were going to get game one against Ohtani and the Dodgers, but they couldn't hold the lead. So this is a monster game for the Phillies. They've got to win this one, and obviously they're going to have to win one in LA the next couple of nights after that if they want to go to the NLCS. So some big games as the National League gets their turn tonight on the stage in the Major League Baseball playoffs. So fun games to watch tonight. And again, Detroit back in action tomorrow afternoon, game 3 at Comerica against the Seattle Mariners. All right, let's take a look now over to the NFL. The Lions, they won yesterday somewhat easily, but the offensive line is what is really troubling to me right now. Giovanni Manu just got absolutely boat raced all day yesterday. Now, I know Trey Hendrickson's, he's one of the best in the business. And I know everybody in the world wanted to trade for him in the offseason. I think we saw why. Boy, he'd be a great bookend, wouldn't he, on the Detroit defensive side of the ball with Hutchinson. But, yeah, that's the thing that troubles me a little bit. Decker may not play again this week. They got a big matchup coming up Sunday at Kansas City. But, yeah, that's kind of one that I'm a little bit worried about as the Tigers again, or the Lions rather. They got to get that offensive line gelling a little bit. Their offense looked great against Cincinnati at times, but those sacks that they gave up really, really worry me. So this leads to my next point with the Lions. At the beginning of the year, if you said the Lions were going to be 4-1, I would have took that and ran right to the bank. Now it's almost like that 4-1 record should be expected. Yeah, the Packer game was a rough one. That was a big one. Detroit they just got beaten all phases of that game. But then they turned it around with a big win over Chicago at home. Then they went to Baltimore, which is now their fool's gold. They're 1-4, hard to believe. And then, of course, with the Bengals and the Browns, Browns, of course, that was a win on the calendar before it started. The Bengals at the beginning of the year with Joe Burrow, I thought that was going to be a tough one on the road. So 4-1 expected now. The Lions tied for the best record in all of the National Football League, one of the top teams. But is it deceiving? We'll find out Sunday night. They're getting Kansas City after a short week because they're going to be taking on Jacksonville tonight. But they're going to be Sunday Night Football in Kansas City. And I know the Chiefs want this one too because Detroit won the last time those two teams played on the national stage. So this 4-1 record for Detroit, a big test this weekend against Kansas City. And I know I would love nothing else than to see Detroit at 5-1, but I could live with 4-2. But I think Detroit's got the chance to do it. But this 4-1 record, now, like I said, to me, it's almost to be expected after what these teams look like now that they've played in the first 5 games of the regular season. Michigan and Michigan State. Michigan looks sluggish at home. That's a game that they should have won going away. Wisconsin is a shell of their former selves right now. Luke Fickell probably on the hot seat for Wisconsin. Wisconsin playing their third-string quarterback in this game yesterday. I just don't know. And I worried a little bit. They've got to make the cross-country trek out to Southern California to take on USC next Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern time. I think it's a 50-50 game out there. This is one, it kind of reminds me of this past weekend's Michigan State-Nebraska game, where kind of a statement game. And Michigan State, to me, obviously made the wrong statement. Too many mistakes on special teams. This is one Michigan State could have won. I mean, they spotted them a 14-0 lead, but their defense came to play in the first half. And even, I can't really fault them all that much. Again, they give up, the special teams gives up that block punt. Their poor punter, he got manhandled there. The guy almost tackled him. And then that kickoff gaff after they tied it up at 21, I don't know. I mean, I worry about Michigan State. I thought that it was going to be a slam dunk homecoming win, and I still think they're going to beat UCLA at home this coming Saturday. But what UCLA did to Penn State, I don't know. Penn State, I think they're a fraud. Again, overhyped, which leads me to my next topic. Penn State and Texas, out of the top 25 in the Associated Press, they're frauds. Texas at the beginning of the year was penciled in to be everybody's national champion. Arch Manning's going to be everybody's Heisman winner. He's going to be the top quarterback taken if he goes pro. Well, I feel bad for Arch. I don't think he's getting a whole lot of help. And I think the hype may have been a little too much. In Penn State, all of us know in Big Ten country, he hasn't won anything of consequence against anybody of consequence. Maybe one game. He did beat Boise in the playoff at home, but he hasn't, we all know his record against top teams, and there's absolutely no excuse. Don't give me the road trip woes. Don't give me the travel. They should have easily beat this UCLA team with an interim coach that has not done anything all year. Wow. That was something else. Crazy weekend for college football. I get it, but that's one that UCLA should have never won. Kudos to the Bruins. Penn State, I just don't know. Wow. That one was a shocker. All right. We're going to try to salvage the weekend. Try to get back to 500 for the weekend. Presley and I, that is, with our parlay teaser coming up right after this from the official secondary market of the Captain Lou Sports Network, that being SeatGeek. Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here. Hey, is there a ball game you want to go to last minute? How about the Spartans at Spartan Stadium? Go to the Big House to watch the Wolverines. Is there an NFL game you want to go to? Lambeau Field, Ford Field, wherever, Baltimore. How about the Tigers for the pennant drive? Well, go to SeatGeek. Get those tickets there. Use the promo code Captain Lou right on the screen, and you'll get $20 off of your purchase. It's that simple. So go to the Spartan game. Go to the Big House. But use the promo code Captain Lou at SeatGeek, and you'll be all set. Welcome back, everybody, to the extravagant few minutes here on the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube and, of course, on our Facebook page. And you can watch us right now. You're watching us right now on X at The Real Captain Lou. All right. Presley and I had a rough day yesterday, 0-2 on our 2 NFL teasers, as it was a rough day. Again, I didn't see Baltimore laying that egg at home against Houston. Houston didn't show me much, but boy, oh boy, you talk about a team in disarray right now, that being the Baltimore Ravens. And what about the Los Angeles Chargers? Jumped out to a 10-0 lead yesterday. I thought, oh man, we're going to go 500 on the day. Got to give credit to the Commanders. Jaden Daniels led the way back. A couple of miscues by the Chargers. Now their running game is pretty much non-existent. That put us to 0-2 on the day. But that being said, we're still 24-9 on our teaser parlays, still comfortably up on the year, and we're going to hope to keep it that way. So Presley and I did a little talking earlier today, and we decided we're going to try one tonight in the NFL game, and we're going to go with a 6.5-point teaser on this one tonight. We're going to take Jacksonville at home. They're a 3.5-point dog. We're going to add the 6.5 and get them to an even 10-point dog at home, and we're going to go over 39. The over-under right now, I believe on that one is 45.5. So this will knock it down to 39. It's minus 143. Not exactly the greatest payoff in the world, but you know what? It's still worth a pizza pie and a dog biscuit. So we're going to go with that. So again, our teaser parlay for tonight, Presley's teaser parlay. Take Jacksonville plus 10 and go over 39 points. All right, that's going to do it. Enjoy the game tonight. Enjoy the National League Playoff Series games tonight. Tigers in action tomorrow afternoon. Enjoy that as well. Jack Flaherty on the mound tomorrow against Logan Gilbert. And then on Wednesday, Casey Mize is on the hill. Not sure who his pitching opponent is going to be for Seattle. That's TBD to be determined. So enjoy the games. Enjoy the game tonight. Have fun, everybody, and stay safe. Thank you, everybody, for welcoming us into your homes, on your computers, on your laptops, however you watched us around the world right here on the Captain Lou Sports Network. Captain Lou saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always,